Morning, y'all. Today it is week 3, day 12, right? We made it to the end of the week. It is our Friday, but it's actually Thursday, July 16th. Today, guys, it's going to be a challenging assignment, but it's something we've been building toward. It's something that altogether, everything that we've learned each different day's worth of work and course docs and practice essays and even our 4-paragraph essays or 5-paragraph essays, they have been building and leveling us up all the way up until yesterday's research proposal and our overall research that goes into the proposal, right? So today it's gonna be like a culmination of all that, right? Because today in our course docs, once you're done reading this, watching this video, you guys are going to read writing a draft for a research paper. Right now, talking about writing a draft for a research paper on this worksheet, it's helpful. It's going to outline exactly what you should do, combining all of our skills of research, right, summary, paraphrasing, synthesis, citation, all of these things, we're going to put them together, right? And then our assignment, when you're done reading that page, which I'm going to review it with you guys a little bit right now, and in class today, we're going to spend our time doing some practice and getting our minds together. If I were y'all, I would use the same topic that you chose yesterday for your research proposal, since you've already hopefully done some research of at least 2 outside sources, right? Since you've already put thought into something that interests you, one, and you would want to write a whole paper on because you've written a whole proposal on and outlined with your major question, your sub questions, and your working thesis, right? So now it's like we can put it into practice, right? Because today our assignment is to write and submit a rough draft of a 5-page, 3-source research paper. I know that sounds like a lot. I know 5 pages is a lot in a Word document, but I want to remind y'all, you are double spacing. Make sure that you are double spacing, right? And then with all of our tools in our utility belt combined, honestly, it's going to move very quickly, especially when we are relying on outside sources. Writing a research paper, to me, is one of the most breezy, fundamentally easy papers you can write, because it's a lot of you leaning on somebody else's experience, knowledge, information, and you can just kind of shape and scaffold, use the research to scaffold what you're saying in your essay. Like when you go to New York City, or you're in a big city and they have the construction being done on the outside, right? And they have the scaffolding. You're going to use that. You're going to use the other person's ideas as that for you to work on it yourself, for you to make the improvements on other areas of the essay, and come in and have your voice present, right? So the rough draft of a research paper, it's going to teach you about the structure of a research paper, the same basic structure as almost any essay, right? An introduction that presents your thesis, a body section that develops the thesis with supporting points and evidence, and a conclusion that revisits the thesis and provides additional insights. Except now, instead of having just 5 paragraphs in total, it's 5 pages. So you're going to be expanding the size of your paragraphs, but also the number of your paragraphs. So it's not going to just be a 5-paragraph essay. Each paragraph's not going to get a page, right? But it's following the same basic formula or idea. If there's 3 major ideas being introduced in your introduction essay, you're going to follow that up with at least with 3 more ideas being explored in your essay, but now instead of 1 paragraph each, you can break them down into 2. So if you have 3 bullet points, you could have 6 paragraphs from those 3 sub-questions or supporting ideas around your major idea in your thesis, right? So yeah, you want to write a strong introduction. We've already written introduction paragraphs. We've talked about that. We've talked about using the thesis statement as your last sentence. of your introduction paragraph, right? And then your conclusion is going to be basically a restatement of your introduction. It's basically that you're bringing it back, right? You are bringing back the same basic points you made in your introduction, not copy and pasting. You are not plagiarizing yourself. You are restating. You are basically paraphrasing what you did in your introduction instead, though, of saying I will argue or many will argue and like introducing the idea. You're wrapping it up. You're saying, okay, this has, you are basically referencing what you've already proven throughout your essay, right, and closing it out. You're going to cite your sources. You're going to have at least, I would say, 5 quotes throughout the entire 5-page rough draft, right? So you can quote verbatim, which means putting quotation marks and a citation in parentheses. This is all APA, remember? So rely upon your Purdue OWL sources for that. Or if you are paraphrasing somebody else's ideas, you also have to give credit. You have to put the author's name and the page you got it from in parentheses and say like Williams, 7, if you're basically just rephrasing their words, because it's not just citation, direct citation. Yes, we're doing that. We're quoting people, our experts directly. We're summarizing, right? We're paraphrasing. We're synthesizing, right? We're taking everything that we have learned and we're putting it all together in a rough draft, right? And then we're doing a list of references, a references page, right? So once again, I know some of you guys did that a couple of assignments ago, and you were maybe nervous about it or didn't feel like you got it down perfectly. I'm going to actually be grading and correcting any mistakes on this one. Last time I just was kind of like, okay, it's okay. You tried. You did your best. This time, though, I am going to be offering my critique on it, right? So yeah, make sure that you're using, you have to choose 3 sources. Make sure that you use these primary and secondary sources correctly, effectively. You're choosing the ones that make the most sense to build a strong essay, and you don't plagiarize. Please don't plagiarize, y'all. Just like, make sure you don't do it. Keep your academic integrity, and where you can paraphrase, where you can synthesize, where you can summarize, and direct quote. Right? Because direct quote, when you quote somebody, you're not stealing from them, you're just relying on them. Okay, y'all. And once again, remember, this is a rough draft. So rough meaning it doesn't have to be perfect. It is a working draft of what you eventually are going to edit, proof, smooth out, and hand in again. So you're going to, at some point, have a more finalized version of this. This is not the end-all, be-all. All the pressure of the world isn't on this one essay, so don't feel it. But also work hard on it. It is due before 8 a.m. tomorrow. But if you need an extension on that, like let's say you need a 12-hour extension, you need until 8 p.m. on Friday, you're going to have to reach out to me, email me, talk to me about it today in class, right? But I have faith in y'all. I think you guys got this. All right. I will see you guys in class. We will do some talking about our different strategies and what to do. We will diffuse some of the anxiety around such a long length of an assignment. And we're going to just chop it up and do what we usually do in class. All right, y'all? I will see you guys in a little bit in Zoom. Don't worry. Hakuna Matata. Okay? And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay?